Hi guys, so today we're looking at the new Stay Naked Quickie up to 24-hour wear multi-use concealer from Urban Decay. So this is £28 for 16.4 millilitres, and what they say is ready for quick and easy coverage. Acne, dark circles, under eyes. Dark circles are your under eyes. Hyperpigmentation. Our lightweight Quickie multi-use concealer covers all for up to 24 hours with a natural finish. Where coverage meets convenience, its fast, finger-free application means buildable coverage can be achieved wherever you are. Tap it on for targeted or all-over usage. Buff it in with the washable vegan brush. And it's meant to be waterproof, humidity resistant and transfer resistant. Flynn, calm down. He's barking at himself in the mirror. Oh. Humidity and transfer resistant, buildable and blendable, all day hydration infused with vitamin E, non-comedogenic, vegan, up to 24-hour long wear. So, let me remind myself how many shades we have. Is there only 20 shades? Although this doesn't seem to have... Oh no, my shade is in there. Right, anyway. So, we've got an application section, and let's see how that went. Okay, so apologies for the weird makeup stage. I'm reviewing a couple of things today. So, because we're using this as like a 2-in-1 concealer foundation product, I'm actually going to put my under eye corrector on first, just so that everything looks the right colour. If I put it on afterwards, then I'd be putting on another layer of that, and until I see the coverage on my skin, I don't know that I'm going to want to do that, or need to do that. So, quick little correct before we start. Feels very strange to me. There we go. So this is still the Revolution Eye Bright Corrector, light to medium. For some reason, even though I like this one, I miss my little NYX one. Don't know why. I mean, this one's a creamier texture, which is probably better for that skin. Anyway, we're not reviewing that. So, I'm going to see how far I can get with the brush that's on this before I lose patience with it. I've got the shade 10NN. I think this is right for me. It might not be. If it's too light, I've got a slightly darker, you know, slightly more pigmented powder. Not hugely darker, but, you know, I've not got a full range because I'm not a pro makeup artist. Maybe we're not reviewing this today. Interesting. There we go. Right. So, and back in the day this would have been thought of probably as a big applicator for a concealer, but so many people have done it now that it just doesn't really look like anything. So, I'm just gonna go for my kind of problem areas. I've drawn a stick man again. God. Right. We'll start blending this out and we'll see where we end up. So, oh, I'm so not going to have the patience to use this brush. I mean, it's nice. It feels okay. It's not stabby. I definitely could blend out an entire face with it, but it's going to take forever. Yeah, if you've been around my channel for a while, you know I'm not that patient. I'm really not. If I could smell something like that for a second there. So I'm just going back to my normal Beauty Bay brush so that we can, you know, actually get on with wear testing this product rather than We're testing my patience with a tiny brush. Okay. So I am looking a little bit ghosty with this shade. We're definitely going to be going into the darker powder. I'm still going to use my RCMA lightly to set it. Just because I know it does a really good job of actually setting my... Oh, actually... It looks okay on camera. But in real life I'm looking a bit chalky pasty. Actually, bump. Yes, my skin's bad just now. Occasionally get comments about it. Acne happens outside your teenage years. And in fact, since acne can be activated by stress, trust me, adult acne, very real thing. Once there's bills and responsibilities and things. I'm not saying teenagers don't get stressed, but it's very much a feature when you're an adult as well. I'm going to quickly get rid of that lip balm I had on. So that I can properly blend in around my mouth. There's that smell again. I just cleaned this brush last night. Oh, this smells. I don't know what it is, but it smells and I don't like it. As I have to put more on around my nose. Oh, I don't know what that smell is at all. I may be going near Boots later. I'm tempted to go in and see if the rest of them smell. Like, is it just mine? Is it meant to be like this? Let's get my double chin painted and scented up. Yeah, definitely if you're considering this, I'm going to say if smell bothers you, sniff the tester in the shop. This isn't a pleasant one. And I've used like Urban Decay's concealers and foundations before, and they've not been scented. Okay, I feel like I'm using quite a lot of this to get like a full face, so using it as a kind of all-in-one I think would be incredibly expensive. But that's how we're testing it today because it's kind of how they'd advertised it. Okay, I'm doing a bit of a crazy makeup test today with a slightly crazy style of makeup, so I want my skin to look pretty flawless. So just go back and get any spots that were still showing a bit of discoloration. That weird patch on my forehead that seems to like losing foundation throughout the day. This isn't my finished eye look, by the way. I'm testing a cream shadow, but I thought I would do it in this order because there's a few other things. So, I'm just going to zoom you in to see this while it's, you know, not set. I mean, it looks quite nice. Relatively skin-like. I definitely prefer the finish of using, oh, the smell. Oh! I think I would definitely prefer it as a concealer rather than try to do my full face with it. But, you know, it's fine. So let's get my powder and set this down. And then I can switch videos and go and play with the fun stuff. Hey. No. This is interesting. I was looking forward to this when I saw it on Instagram. I was like, that's so cool. Such a good idea. But I definitely think it's a kind of on-the-go idea, although it's fairly bulky packaging, I have to say. Oh, it's looking nicer set down actually. Yay! And you can't smell it once it's on the skin, by the way. It's just while I was putting it on. And I think I can still smell it off my brush. Yeah, I can still smell it off my brush. Maybe once that dries down. Ooh, I just noticed something. Anyway, not about this product, so. Yeah, so set down, I think that looks pretty darn nice. So time-wise just now, it is 10:30. And yeah, like I was saying, it's fairly bulky as an on-the-go thing. I mean, there's my Ama Beauty by Sharon C foundation, and it's a little bit narrower but the same height. And if anybody's wondering what made me go, oh my god, remember I reviewed the Studio London Perfect, look at that. Look at the oil that's separated on top of that. Whee! That's kind of gross. So if you did buy and like that foundation, please shake it every time you use it. So I'm going to go and finish the rest of my makeup. Once that's finished, probably will go in with a setting spray just because that's what I like to do. I don't think I have any Urban Decay ones just now, but I really like the Revolution one I'm using anyway, so yeah. I will come back and show you when I've got my crazy finished face, and we'll get another timestamp in at that point as well. So also, if you guys wanted an additional timestamp, it is now just about 11:05. This is my full finished face. It's been settled down with setting spray and I am actually quite liking it. It's not quite perfect on my nose. My nose is the biggest pain in the bum for coverage staying on it, but you have to be like right in to see it. So yeah, I'm going to go out to the park now. We'll see how it survives, because I'm in Scotland, it's not necessarily going to be dry. And I'll come back, and if it needs any touch-ups, we'll fix the nose. Hi guys, just doing a quick check-in. It is just after 2 o'clock, but I'm about to go and meet my mum and go to ice hockey, so I wanted to quickly check in before I did. Tiny bit of shine on my nose. I was out in the park, it was a bit rainy. The lip colour I'm wearing has worn off. Got a tiny bit of like wear and tear around my mouth from eating my lunch. So it did say this was transfer resistant, but I mean, you know, if your foods get any kind of oils in it, I've scratched my nose as well, then you know it's kind of fair enough that it would break it down a little bit. So I'm going to quickly touch up that little area there. I was thinking when I was wandering around the park as well, this is very much designed for being on the go, but it's meant to be 24-hour wear, so you don't have to touch up, so you don't need it on the go. Anybody else find that kind of conflicting? I'll touch up my nose like I said I would. Oh, that smell. Oh, I forgot about the smell. So yeah, so little touch-ups like that, this brush is lovely for. But little touch-ups like that you shouldn't need with 24 hour wear. No, I'll stop going on about it. It just kind of crossed my mind and I was like, oh, that's a bit odd. Powder brush. A tiny bit of powder left on my palette. And I'm going to choose a new lip colour because the one I was reviewing today just didn't pan out and I don't think it really went with what I was wearing. So I will see you guys later. We'll see whether this stands up to the glasses marks. I'm short-sighted, so I wear glasses to ice hockey. If you've not been around my channel and don't know that, I've never found a kind of foundation product that stands up to that and doesn't leave the mark. So that is my holy grail that I would love to find. And yeah, so I will be back when there's probably more of an update. Right, I'm back. So it is almost 11:15, so I've had this on for over 12 hours now, I think, from when I initially got it on, rather than when I completely finished my makeup. So, the glasses test. Fail! Not that surprising. But bear in mind this does say transfer resistant, so before I do any touch-ups, which I do want to do, let's see how we're doing. So, got my usual double chin crease. That cover's not looking nice actually. Oof. So I have been out in the rain. That weird spot on my forehead, yep, that's gone. Oil breaking from my nose. I had a scratch at my nose that we look a bit kind of, yeah. So the coverage across my cheeks and stuff is fine. I would say if you had less oily skin, yeah, this may well last you a really, really, really long time. But, sorry, just cleaning my piercings there. I've said this before about products. It's all very well saying your product will last for X amount of time. But if that just means that, yeah, there's still a scrap of it left after, in this case, 24 hours, it's not really helpful. I want it to look good the whole time I'm wearing it. I done a tiny touch up with this while I was out just because I went to Nando's and I got corn on the cob and I ended up with like lipstick down here. And that's not a good look. And you know, I broke my rule and I touched up while I was out. So we're going to do another wee touch up. So I'm going to tip out some of my RCMA powder just to see how perfect looking we can get this back to, you know? Because it is definitely packaged as an on-the-go type product. Although, as I said earlier, on-the-go plus will last you 24 hours kind of don't usually go hand in hand to me. So, anyway, let's work around my face and see what we can do. How good we can get this. Oh, I forgot about the smell. Oh, interesting fact about the smell while I'm doing this. Right? So, I did go into Boots in Braehead, if anybody's familiar with Glasgow, and unfortunately they only have a very small Urban Decay stand, and they did not have this, so I couldn't go sniffing it, basically, to see if it's just now. But I asked my mum, and my mum thinks it smells funny too. I feel like it smells kind of chemically. She feels like it smells like clay, which, you know, maybe if there'd been clay in it, it would have helped with the oil control. But anyway, I had a look for the ingredients and I didn't see anything I kind of recognised as clay. There was a whole lot of like silicas and things in it. In fact, I'm going to see if I can find the ingredient list again. But there was one ingredient in it that I really didn't recognise. So, Randy's never really looked into ingredients in cosmetics. There is rules about listing them. So they have to go in a specific order. whatever there's most of to whatever there's least of. Although I believe once you get under a certain percentage or fraction of a percentage, it doesn't matter what order they're in because it's kind of not going to make as much of a difference. Anyway, yeah, so the ingredients in this: water, undecane, come back to that, glycerin, dimethicone, polyglycyl isosterate, synthetic fluorologopite, pentylene glycol, butylene glycol, tridecane, dimethicone, hexyl magnesium sulfate, polyhydroxysteric acid, distyardaminium hectorite. Don't know what that is either. Oh, it is a clay! Oh my god! Okay, my mum was right. Okay, anyway, let's go back to the undecane, right? I googled that one. Brace yourselves. Undecane is a liquid alkane hydrocarbon with the chemical formula blah 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 blah. It is used as a mild sex attractant for various types of moths and cockroaches and an alert signal for a variety of ants. Wasn't prepared to read that, Urban Decay, have to say that. Yeah, anyway, I looked it up. It's just an emollient, but it's just interesting that that's also part of its function, background, whatever way you want to think of it. By the way, I don't know what's going on with my contour. I swear to God, it does not look anything like that in real life. It just really, really gripped to this today, even though it was like set down. It's my normal contour, you know, the like literally this colour. But yeah, just it grabbed a bit and then it's showing up on camera, kind of crazy. So need a bit more down this side of my nose. So yeah, I'll need to tell my mum that she was right. That there is like a clay type ingredient to it, which then makes it even sadder that my oily skin still battered it. So yeah, about the whole undecane thing, don't be grossed out by it, right? There's loads of things that just come from animals that we use. Although this can't come from animal, it's got to be a synthetic version of it because this is vegan. So there we go, it's even less gross. Right. I'm literally taking my makeup off after this and going to bed, so this is a bit mad. But hey ho, that's life. Okay, so oh, I got a spot on my nose. I do have a wee spot on my nose. Apparently I've just knocked the scab off it. So yeah, the coverage hasn't really stayed on the tip of my nose there, even though it was there before I tried to reset with powder. Grand. Oh look, there's another patch. So, right. So let's break this down, shall we? It's not the cheapest. My current go-to beloved concealer is from Shein, and before that it was Revolution. So, you know, price-wise, this was a steep climb. I was drawn to it because of the whole built-in brush, Quickie, multi-use, very much giving this idea of using it on the go. Not that I ever go anywhere. So, confusion, basically. So yeah, quick and easy coverage. Yep, okay, fair enough. If you're doing a small area, quick and easy coverage. Does say for targeted or all over usage, but yeah, if you're going to try and do all over usage with this little guy, you'll be there for a while. So I feel like that side of the marketing a little bit confusing, and it would definitely not be Quickie to do a full face with that brush. Waterproof, humidity and transfer resistant. No, sorry, but no. You saw there was bits that had wiped up my face, transferred onto my glasses. This bit here, to be honest, has either been me fixing my hair or possibly putting my hockey jersey on and off. But there's no way that this is that resistant. Buildable and blendable, yes. All day hydration, yeah, I just didn't really need that. And up to 24-hour long wear, maybe if you have really non-oily skin. Because bear in mind, I used a primer. I used a silicone-based primer, because there's a lot of silicons in that. I used my RCMA powder that I love. I used a setting spray that I love. That's also, a mattifying long wear, 16-hour long wear setting spray, which I'm so close to running out of. Oh dear. And we still had patchiness. So no, I'm very disappointed, Urban Decay. I'm sorry. It smells, it's expensive, it didn't live up to all the promises. I'll finish using it because I've got it, but I'll definitely be using it as a concealer on top of my normal foundation. What I will say is some of the concealers that are like my go-to loves, like the Revolution one, I have tried using that as a full face before, and it genuinely didn't perform as well as it does as a concealer. So, I'm sure when I use this just as a concealer, it's going to work absolutely fine. I mean, under my eyes looks lovely, my cheeks look nice, other than whatever went on with my contour today. But if you were looking at all the marketing for this and thinking, oh, Quickie, it's going to be super quick, it's got a built-in brush, it's going to be great. Honestly, I carry my Shein one, which is about a third of the size, like tube-wise for that. And I've got a little double-ended It Cosmetics brush. And I'd say between them they probably take up less room than that. And yeah, they do a perfect job on the go. And obviously the brush you're only buying it once, whereas you're paying for the brush every time you buy this concealer, product, foundation, whatever. And it smells. So unfortunately, goodbye. No, like I said, I'll finish it because I've got it, but I don't like the smell. I feel like I should also throw out there that one of the websites that I looked up about that undecaying said something about don't inhale it. I'm sure there's something in the formulation of this that makes it stable, but that's still not something you ever want to read, but something that you've just been rubbing over your nose and sniffing and telling people it smells funny. But yeah, I'm sure it's perfectly safe, but it's still just mildly off-putting to me, just personally. So, if you've got any questions about this, other than please describe the smell, because I'm useless at that, leave them down below and I will get back to you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.